Chiefs versus Eagles. Andy Reid against his former team. The battle between the Kelsey brothers. There are so many different storylines entering Super Bowl 57. A matchup that's going to pit two of the best offenses against each other. Two of the best teams all year long fighting for that Lombardi trophy. But the million-dollar question is, how did these two teams get here? How did the Chiefs and the Eagles, how did they find themselves in Arizona for Super Bowl 57? That is what we are here to talk about today, the road to the Super Bowl for Kansas City and Philadelphia. So welcome back to the Gridiron Expert, guys. We're so glad that you could join us today. As always, please continue to like, comment, subscribe, share our videos, and check out everything down in the description below, guys, because here at the Gridiron Expert, football never dies. We have content every single day. We have it year-round, Super Bowl content all this week, college football content starting back up again next week. This is the place for you if you love football 24/7, 365. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our content going forward and help us continue to grow this GE Nation. So let's take a look at these two teams, guys. Again, it's going to be a fun Super Bowl, right? I mean, so many different storylines, so many different ways you can spin this game. And obviously, if you love offense, this is probably going to be the game for you, right? Two of the best quarterbacks in the league right now, and Patrick Mahomes and Jalen Hurts. But how did they get here? Well, let's start with the Eagles, right? How did they get all the way to the Super Bowl with a 14-3 regular season? Well, many are kind of criticizing Philadelphia, right? They're saying this was one of the easiest runs to the Super Bowl in NFL history. And maybe so, but you can't dispute the dominance that we've seen from Philadelphia all year long. Regardless of who you face, not many teams can start the year 8-0. The Eagles started the year 8-0 before losing, surprisingly, by 11 points at home to the Commanders. After that, they won 5 more games, 5 straight games before losing 2 of their last 3. Why? Because Jalen Hurts dealing with that shoulder injury. If he's fully healthy, pretty good chance the Eagles go 3-0, maybe 2-1 because maybe they rest him and they drop a game. But again, lose 2 of their final 3. Didn't really matter. Eagles still clinched the number 1 seed in the NFC and pretty much had that wrapped up for the most part when he went down with that injury. Now he's good to go, right? He seems good to go. 2 extra weeks between now and the Super Bowl should do just enough for him. 7 of the 14 regular season wins for Philadelphia were against teams with losing records. That's another reason why people are kind of criticizing them, right? They go, half of your wins came against lackluster teams, mediocre teams at best. And in the playoffs, you crushed the Giants 38-7. Not really that good of a Giants team, some would say, although that same Giants team did go on the road and take down the Vikings, who were also a, 13-win team on the road, the 3 seed in the NFC. Giants did win that game there. So I give credit to Philadelphia, who dominated that game at the line of scrimmage, especially over 268 rushing yards on the day. And they beat the 49ers in the NFC Championship game, and many are quick to criticize that as well, saying, oh, they beat the Niners, but Brock Purdy got injured, so congrats, you beat a 3rd-string quarterback in Josh Johnson, who no one thought would see the field in that NFC Championship game. So congrats. You beat them 31-7, but I look at that and say the offense still did their job against a good 49ers defense, and this Philadelphia defense still had 3 sacks and forced 3 turnovers in that game against San Francisco. So maybe the 49ers offense wasn't doing that great, but that 49ers defense that was one of the best in the league all year long could not stop this Philadelphia offense. The road to the Super Bowl may have been easier than some, but still very hard to get there, still very hard to do what the Eagles have done. Give them their credit. The Chiefs, on the other hand, their road certainly, especially in the playoffs, a little bit tougher, right? They entered the regular season at 14-3, had a 4-2 start, which by Kansas City standards lately was kind of disappointing, especially a loss on the road to the Colts. That was a shock. But after that 4-2 start, 10-1 down the stretch, the lone loss, a 3-point loss at the Bengals. The Bengals Chiefs still earned the number 1 seed in the AFC. Not too bad. Still earned the number 1 seed in the AFC yet again. 7 of their wins were by 1 possession. 9 of their wins were over teams with losing records. So before you're quick, if you're a Kansas City fan, before you're quick to say, oh, the Eagles, yours was super easy. Look at what we did. Hey, look at yourself, right? 7 wins by 1 possession. A couple of those go the wrong way. You don't get the number 1 seed, and maybe you're not in the Super Bowl this year. 9 wins over teams with a losing record. Philadelphia only had 7. So, got to think about that a little bit as well. Chiefs in their playoffs nearly lost a couple times too. beat the Jaguars 27-20 at home, and then beat the Bengals 23-20 in a, for many, controversial AFC Championship game. Mahomes, though, on a bum ankle, 315 passing yards, and of course the game-winning scramble that resulted in the penalty that put the Chiefs in field goal range from Harrison Butker that sent them to Super Bowl 57. So, regardless of how you swing it, guys, both teams, in a way, have had very similar roads. They've beat up on some lesser teams, beat up on some lesser opponents, had a couple scares here and there, but delivered in the playoffs. They delivered big in the playoffs. The Eagles dominating in both their games, but not even close. Chiefs having to be cautious a little bit more, worrying about Mahomes a little bit in that ankle, but he delivered in that AFC title game. The Chiefs guys looking for their third Super Bowl title in the last, third Super Bowl appearance in the last 5 years. They beat the 49ers back in Super Bowl 54. They lost to Tom Brady and the Bucs in Super Bowl 55. And now they're back in Super Bowl 57. So looking for their third ever title. Second for Patrick Mahomes. Can he get it? Continue to build a legacy. That's a storyline people are going to be talking about. If Mahomes wins this, where does that put him among historic NFL quarterbacks? 2 Super Bowls in the last 5 years in 3 appearances. The Eagles are looking for their first title since 2017. And this road to the Super Bowl for Philadelphia, a little bit more orthodox, I guess you could say, than the one back in 2017. Because they lost Carson Wentz. Nick Foles came in, still led them to the Super Bowl over Tom Brady and the Patriots. This year, a little bit different. I mean, yes, they still have the 1 seed. Yes, they still hosted the NFC Championship game. They crushed the Vikings back in 17. This year, they crushed the Niners. But they're not being led by a backup quarterback. They're being led by Jalen Hurts, who's looking to get his first Super Bowl title. The Eagles looking for just their second ever title. That win in 2017 was their first ever Super Bowl. They're looking to get their own, maybe start a dynasty of their own. The road to the Super Bowl, guys, different for some, but in a way, very, very similar between 2 very, very similar teams. 2 of the best quarterbacks in the league, 2 great coaches, in what should be a high-scoring game out in Arizona. $1 million question is, who wins? Who will hoist that Lombardi trophy when it's all said and done? We're going to have that prediction for you later this week. Thursday is when we're going to have that prediction. We have 2 more videos between now and then. Come right back here to the channel to find out what they are. But Super Bowl coverage continues tomorrow and Wednesday, and our official Super Bowl 57 prediction comes out on Thursday. Will it be the Chiefs? Will it be the Eagles? Leave your comments down in the description below, and let's gear up for Super Bowl 57 and what should be an instant classic out in Arizona. So guys, as always, thank you so much for watching us here at the Gridiron Expert on YouTube. Make sure to continue to like, comment, subscribe, share our videos, and of course, check out everything down in the description below. A lot of exclusive content over there for you guys to get you through this offseason. Because again, here at the Gridiron Expert, football never dies. It never ends. Help us grow our GE Nation, guys, by liking, subscribing, commenting, hitting that notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos. And once again, as always, thank you so much for watching. And we'll see you next time right here on the Gridiron Expert.